divine number, or design myth. How much do you know about the golden ratio? Since the time of the ancient Greeks, artists, designers, thinkers, scientists, and engineers have been fascinated by the golden ratio. Also denoted as phi, the golden ratio has, over the centuries, even been considered as the perfect illustration of beauty. For the uninitiated, the golden ratio, also called the golden mean, the golden section, or the divine proportion, is one of the most famous irrational numbers. Like another famous irrational number, pi, the golden ratio goes on forever. This mathematical concept is said to appear in nature and in various iconic pieces of art. It has allegedly inspired artists like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. The Mayans, ancient Greeks, and Egyptians are all said to have incorporated this divine number into works of art and architecture, such as the Parthenon in Greece, although it is not really known if these were intentionally designed that way. Some researchers also feel that the importance of phi in nature and culture has been vastly overblown. So what is the golden ratio? The golden ratio was first described in Euclid's Elements around 2300 years ago. It is found by dividing a line in two parts so that the long part divided by the short part is equal to the whole length divided by the long part. The number that results is also related to the Fibbonacci sequence. As a quick refresher, each number in the Fibbonacci sequence, after the first ones, is derived by adding the two numbers before it. The ratio of each number to the previous number in the Fibbonacci sequence is equal to phi, which is usually approximated as 1.618. Things get really fun though when you demonstrate this geometrically. That is because if you were to draw squares with the dimensions of the numbers in the sequence, you would create the famous golden rectangle. The harmony and proportions of the golden ratio were recognized by mathematicians like Aristotle, Pythagoras, Muhammad ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi, and Boethius, with some believing that the golden ratio could be the key to unlocking the divine secrets of the universe. The golden ratio has also been seen as a standard for beauty and aesthetics. Why? One reason is because it seems to appear often in nature. However, this is not as common as many think. The idea that the golden ratio is universally found everywhere is an exaggeration. The shape of the pine cone, Romanesco broccoli, and the shell of the nautilus are often given as typical examples of the golden ratio. However, none of these really follows the proportions of the golden ratio. You can also find the Fibbonacci sequence in nature. The petals and leaves of plants are sometimes found within this pattern. However, not every plant behaves this way, so you cannot call this a universal property. This does not make the golden ratio any less interesting or valuable. Do we use the golden ratio today? Yes and no. Artists and designers may sometimes use the golden ratio in creating everything from products to brand logos. There has been a lot of discussion as to whether or not Apple's logo uses the golden ratio, and it does not stop there. Though the consensus is that the frequency of appearance of the golden ratio is exaggerated, it may have practical uses. The Fibbonacci sequence has been used in the world of engineering, in computer data structures and sorting algorithms, audio compression, and architectural engineering. The golden ratio has also been useful to researchers in fields like high-energy physics, quantum mechanics, and cryptography. For artists, there may be another factor. Because the golden ratio is pleasing to the eye, artists may also have an unconscious bias towards including it in their work. What do you think? Do you believe the importance of the golden ratio is a myth? Or is it nature's number? Leave your comments below.